Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day here. Wipe is Thursday, which is today, which is the day that this video is coming out, and if anyone's watching it after the fact, it's also every day is Thursday. Okay, but actually though, with that being said, Z here going to talk to you about how to prepare for the next wipe whenever it may be, even though it's Thursday. For those of you who don't know, there's a on-running joke in the Escape from Tarkov community that's wipe is Thursday. I don't actually know when the next wipe is, but here's what you can do to prepare for the next wipe. But I have a little clip thing that I'm not going to play. It was in my last video where Nikita talks about like how to get better at Tarkov and all sorts of stuff, like make sure you have a good PC and yada yada yada, and run low level gear. And I think while we're in the point of the wipe where most people who are still playing Tarkov, who are gonna start getting back into Tarkov, because we're in that time frame where a wipe should be happening somewhat soon, or if in future wipes, if you're coming back to this video, we're going into another wipe at that time, or we're at the end of a wipe cycle, giggity, this should still apply. And that would be like, get familiar with some of the low level gear again, because you know, as much fun it is to run MP7s and HKs and M4s and whatever the current meta is and whatever wipe and whatever iteration of the game, you always have to start back with your, you know, no foregrip, like stupid PSO scope that I hate, AKs. Okay, if you like the PSO scope, nothing against it or whatever, I just don't like it. But anyway, you got to get used to low-level ammo, low-level gear, low-level armor, playing a little bit slower, playing a little bit more tactical, in my opinion. If you have success W keying everything and it's early wipe, you go right ahead. But I would get self-familiar with some of those lower-level AKs with the BT ammo, maybe some iron sight Mosin, even though I think an iron sight Mosin is the best way to run a Mosin. I'd have low success with a scoped Mosin. Iron sight Mosin is the best Mosin. Maybe try running the SP98. There's a lot of sniper quest. Make a game plan for how you want to run the next wipe. Are you going for Kappa? Is Kappa important for you? Do you just want to get to level 40? Are you going to take this wipe less seriously? Are you going to go play another game and you're all burnt out on Tarkov? That's perfectly fine. I completely understand that. And while we're in the wipe stages of Tarkov, that's an option I would implore you to do if you're burnt out on Tarkov. If you're not burnt on Tarkov, find ways to be relevant in the next wipe. If this is your first wipe or your third wipe or your fifth wipe, or you've been playing the game the entire time, you could start out with, I'm gonna do a hardcore this time, like do a hardcore series to Kappa. Set out your game plan. If you're a newish player and this is your first or second wipe, maybe this is like the first time the game is wiped for you in general and you're new to the game and you really want to go for Kappa for the first time, set out your game plan, lay out the quest, find the path that is like the path of least resistance to you. Find the quests that you don't like and optimize your path to those quests first, because those quests will be easier early on in the wipe, as you won't have to worry about as high geared or high populated PMC raids, or high geared and high PMC populated. I'm just saying, like, everyone running the meta. That's what I'm trying to get away from that, because a lot of people early on in the wipe were also just questing and also trying to like mind their own business. So it's very easy to get some of your tasks done. And honestly, some of those low gear, low armored engagements with other PMCs are the most fun engagements that I have and will ever have in Tarkov. Like, as much fun as it is to one-tap someone with a meta HK with the best ammo in the game, I almost find it more fun when you have to like get the adrenaline pumping and you're running around and you're like, oh my god, I gotta play tactically with this, and I'm running around the hill in front of dorms and I already hit this guy with 5 shots of BT and he's not dead yet, and I don't know. I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. I get a lot of enjoyment out of running low level gear. I don't get as much fun out of it with the meta. So I try to run lower level gear. That's why I mostly snipe. And maybe you want to do something like other content creators do, and like a 0 to 40 challenge using only the FN or whatever. Find a way to elevate the game for you. Find a way to enjoy it. Enjoy the early wipe. Maybe play it differently. Don't be the person that just tries to get to 100 million as fast as possible. Find a way. Maybe you want to teach a friend early wipe. Maybe you want to help a friend get to Kappa. Maybe you want to become more of a Sherpa, or maybe you want to learn from someone else. Then if you're a lower level player, find someone with more experience than you. Do something that's out of your comfort zone. I think we're going a long ways away from the quote unquote 1.0 of Tarkov. So find something to elevate your game. Find an aspect that you can improve on. Do something different with this wipe. That's just some of my advice to you. And you know, maybe that's something on like building this game plan of how you approach the next wipe, because it's going to be different for every single person. If you want to be one of those people that wants to speed run to level 40 so all of the vendors open, go right ahead. If you want to max out your Bitcoin farm super early on and, you know, live off some of the passive income, go right ahead. I will advise you to say that there's a like fail safe opportunity. I forget what the quote is actually, but whatever, that you could actually make more money selling the materials to get your hideout built than you would if you were to build your hideout yourself. Like you could make 100 million in the first week of a wipe by just selling all the materials rather than updating your own hideout. And then with that 100 million, wait a week if you're patient enough, and then spend like 20 million to have a maxed out hideout, and then have 80 million and a maxed out hideout rather than like 2 million in a maxed out hideout. Just something to think about, because people generally don't understand supply and demand and economics, especially when it comes to Tarkov early wipe, and they'll pay 200k for a screw and bolt combo on day one, where if you wait just a single day, it goes to about 50k. But, you know, that's just me. Maybe find an opportunity to make money elsewhere. Maybe enjoy your scav a little bit more, because scav karma is a thing. Play your scav more. Find new aspects to the game. Find an aspect that you want to improve on. That's really my message to you. Do whatever you have to do to enjoy the game. Now, I'm going to tell you my game plan here. So if you want to use my game plan here, you go right ahead. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as a content side, I'm going to do a raid series of every single quest in Tarkov on the way to Kappa. I'm going to call it the Road to Kappa series. So definitely check that out if you want. Or if you've never got Kappa, I'm going to kind of go into it and explain what is the most optimal way that you can approach each quest in order to get to Kappa. That's just my plan. So I am planning to go for Kappa this next wipe. And a little bit off the little normal beaten trail is I'm going to go about it in the path of least resistance for me, as I really hate the skier shotgun quest where you have to run around with the suppressed shotgun or whatever with a Ushanka on. I hate that quest because I really don't like shotguns. So I'm going to go across that avenue and try to speed run that quest, and then go to other quests that I like earlier on. Like another one, for example, is the not Shooter Born in Heaven, the Tarkov Shooter Part 8, where you have to kill 3 PMCs on woods. That's another one that I would avenue to try to do sooner rather than later, as early on you're going to have more populated raids, especially on woods, as there's a lot of like woods heavy quests early on. You have the getting the Jaeger, you have the killing the the scavs on woods, you have a bunch of the Jaeger while not using meds. Make sure you get killed 5 scavs on woods. So there's a lot of players who are going to be on woods. So if you can avenue yourself to get in a position to do that quest earlier on, that'll help you, like mine. And you know, trying to elevate my game with different aspects and try to elevate my play style so that when 1.0 Tarkov comes out, I'm already that much more familiar with the game and comfortable with it. Not to say that I'm not already am, but every time you get a kappa, it's easier to get your next. Or whenever you get done with a quest, the next time you go through it, it should be easier. So that's my game plan. And feel free to copy it, or if you want, discuss it down in the comments below and see what other people are thinking. That's all I have for this video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe because it helps out a great deal. And until next time, the most important thing you can do is have a great day.